All right, guys. This is DJ Wolf Live on For All to Hear TV. I gotta talk about this. I uh I happened to be watching the news yesterday. I thought was it yesterday or was it Wednesday? I think it was. Yeah, yesterday was Wednesday. Whenever they had the Kansas City Chiefs celebration. Congratulations to the win, by the way. That was a big win. That was a big come from behind win. So I'm watching the TV and they said there was a shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs celebration downtown Kansas City. Towards the end of the celebration. And I'm like, who the hell does that? Who the hell gets mad because somebody won a game? So I don't really know what it was about, why they got upset, or whatever. But I heard it was juveniles who was involved in the shooting. Someone got killed. I said it was a DJ got killed, matter of fact. I didn't know what to say about that. My heart goes to the family of the victims and the DJ who was innocently murdered by, which I'm gonna say, savages. Because no real civilian humans with compassion would do anything like that. I don't care the kids. Savage. For real. I say that. I don't care the black, white, pink, green, and blue. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. I'm tired of this, man. This senseless, crazy shit that they be doing out here, man. And I hate to say it, there are video games that are contributors to it. They are. But I'm gonna say this. I've been playing video games since I was 7, 8 years old, and I'm 59 now. I never had a desire to actually shoot anybody. I never had a desire. I still don't. You know, life is so precious out here. And you got these kids being raised, many of them being raised by the no accountable shitty mamas and or daddies, or both, who don't take the time to raise them because they wasn't raised. That's another whole story. But that's part of the problem right there. You know, and they didn't want to teach people about. They didn't want to teach sex education in schools. They want to pull that. You need to bring it back. You know, mental health evaluations. We need to do more of that. A lot more of that, because there's too much of this mess going on for people to keep doing this. There's too many, not enough gun laws in this country to really severely punish people who use guns, especially for crimes like this. Especially for crimes like this. There are not enough people who, what are y'all doing out here? Our people cannot drive. You lucky you're out of town, so I'm gonna give you a break. But there's not enough laws to put people behind bars and severely punish people for using guns in the committal of a crime. You know, I don't understand it. Why is that a problem trying to get laws passed for this? I'll never understand it. It should not be this hard. You know, for some reason it's not hard for people to get guns to commit crimes. No. It's not hard for people to get guns to commit crimes and not do but so many years behind bars. You know, it's not hard for kids to be able to get hold of their guns, spend a couple years in juvie and get out and become an adult and do the same shit all over again in a number of cases. None of that's hard. But for some strange, excuse my French, for some strange fucking ass reason, it's hard to get laws passed for gun legislation. I don't understand it. Why is it so, I'm trying to restrain myself. Why is it so freaking damn hard to pass a gun legislation law that will be strict enough and strong enough to hold people more accountable and severe punishment? Because the ones that they got here ain't enough. It's not enough to even scare anybody. It's not enough to even scary about enough saying, I don't want to go to jail. Or I don't want to get the electric chair. They don't care. And it doesn't matter even if you have cameras in the courtroom, cameras on the streets, cameras anywhere, and even in your own home. People ain't scared to do stuff anymore. They don't care. And not because I guess the cameras don't deter people if the laws don't. Think about it. The cameras ain't going to deter anybody if the laws aren't deterring folks from doing what they're doing. That's why they do what they do. That's why they're not scared to do it. If a camera's there or not, they could care less. The laws aren't strong enough to hold people accountable. And until then, it's never going to happen. That's the problem. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this night after night after night after fucking night hearing about innocent men, women, children, and babies getting murdered out here for nothing. For absolutely nothing. It's a crime in itself. These politicians got you making false promises for shit they ain't gonna do. And they ain't never tried to do. I gotta talk about this. And this is one of the things that really, I can honestly say, wasn't the first time, but it's one of the reasons why I'm completely turned off by Democrats. Now, former President Barack Obama went, and it's a true story. I'm not telling no story. This is not something that I'm making up. This is documented on film. All right? It's a movie I saw. It was a documentary movie that was done by the great legendary filmmaker and activist Michael Moore. I applaud that guy. I respect this guy for what he does, man. He has the balls to put it out there where no one else would do it, not even the mainstream media. He did a movie. I think it was, I forgot the name. I think it was like Fahrenheit 11 or something like that. And involved Obama and Trump. But what the Trump we already know about. You know how they say keep your friends close and your enemies closer? Well, I think in this case, you keeping the friends that you think ain't enemies closer to you than the ones that you already know are enemies. And that would be Obama. Now, let me tell you this. Now, he went to Flint, I guess some kind of rally or something. I don't remember exactly what it was. But nevertheless, it has something to do with the water, I think. So he went there, and he called himself drinking Flint water, quote unquote Flint water. And he joked about it. Oh, nothing wrong with the water. The water's good. And I'm like, how did this son of a bitch try to play on people's emotions by pretending to be drinking water he know he wasn't even drinking? Come on, man. Let me over shit. These folks, I swear, they don't get no cut cards out here. You gonna either let me know if I'm gonna cut your ass off. These folks here, look, brutal out here, man. They don't want to give you a chance on these big roads, man. They just do stupid stuff just to be doing it. But anyway, yeah. He literally pretended to be drinking Flint water when he knew all the time he was drinking bottled water. And joked about it. Talking about when nothing wrong with the water. People dying out there in Flint, Michigan from that poisonous water. Yeah. And he joked about it. He made a big joke about it. People booed him. All on camera. You don't believe me? Look it up. And after that, I truly lost all, not some, not most of it. I lost all respect for Obama after that. And you know what I'm saying? And I say it now. Obama ain't shit. Yep, I said it. He ain't shit. His name is mud to me now because of what of just that one thing that he did. That one gesture he did pissed me the fuck off. I have no respect for that guy. No. And then on top of that, he talked about, oh, we're going to get more when we get out. We're going to be doing more with the community and all that. I ain't saying that. I ain't heard about it. Ain't nobody community talking about it. They went and got the multi-million-dollar deals, and you ain't heard nothing from Obamas after that. Yup. They moved out. They don't even live in them. They where they live at? They live in several places. But I think one is Martha's Vineyard. That's where well, somewhere out there. I don't know. I know it's one of the places that they did move to. So they ain't got real bougie, you know. They got big friends in high places now. They ain't thinking about no little people no more. No, they got where they want to be. So whatever. You know, I lost all respect for him, man. After that gesture he did, and go show you he was a bought and paid for empty seat. And I ain't afraid to say because it's the truth. You know, this is one of the reasons why I have no respect for Democrats or Republicans anymore. I don't have respect for none of them. I lost all respect for him, Biden, Trump, and the rest of them. Because all we've been hearing all our lives as African Americans is talk. Oh, if you do this, I do this, blah 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 blah. And I'm sick of it. You know, politicians, to me, that's just me. Many of these politicians aren't any better than some of the criminals out here, because they're not doing anything to protect you any more than they should. They're not. They're not doing anything any more than they should. But they should be doing more. You know? They should be doing all they can. And they're not. They're not. I've yet to see it. Crime is still high in their neighborhoods. Jobless rate is still high in their neighborhoods. Nothing's ever went down. It's the same old stuff. If you look at movies from the 1960s on up, it's the same stuff you saw then, you see today. Poverty in the cities. Run down the neighborhoods in the cities. Now, I will say there was a time where a lot of neighborhoods weren't quite so run down, especially when I lived in. But you go over there now, it speaks a bleak picture. Bleaker than I've ever seen in my entire life. And that's real talk. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous how people are now, man. It's absolutely ridiculous how you had politicians tell you the same song and dance promises that they never ever keep. And I'm like, at a point, I just don't even care about it. I really don't. I absolutely do not care. Because I've been hearing before pretty much my entire life, this fool right here. You see me coming out here. You see me coming out, you asshole. What the fuck you doing? You're stupid as hell, man. You saw me coming out from day one. You didn't want to slow down. You wanted to boat out here. These people are bad about that. That's why sometimes I do my thing out here, sometimes I don't. She got douchebags like that over here doing the same dumb shit all the time. But, you know, it's the same song and dance. I'm tired of it. I am. And I keep people, well, maybe you should run. Me running ain't gonna do nothing. They're all doing the same thing, getting in each other's pockets and making deals for the stuff that they ain't trying to do anyway for you. Yeah. We'll give them a little bit of sprinkle, but then again, we're gonna take the money for the rest and do what we want. That's through legislation. That's through what they call these job programs they be trying to so-called create, you know, and that's through a port barrel spending. These so-called what they call them what they call them things, not investigations. They call inquiries and all that stuff. Oh, we're gonna do committees. All these so-called committees, they ain't nothing but money. Money cash grab. That's all they do. Because they spend money. They get money to borrow money. I mean, you know, they get the money to get committees together to just talk about it and nothing else. It's ridiculous. That's this truck all the way over here. No, man, I ain't doing all that. Just start trading my car? No. He weaving too? Nope. You want to go around and deal with it? Fine. I'm not doing it. I'm looking at the back of his car. I'm in the truck. The end just sliding over just a little bit more. But anyway, yeah. But I'm just sick of it, man. You know, my lady said, you should vote. Vote for what? What am I vote for? Against my own interests? These politicians don't care about your interests. They don't. You know? Many of them talk a good game, and many of them never back up what they say. Never. And it breaks my heart every time I hear about it, and no one does anything about it. You know? Now, I think there are some that have good intentions of doing something, but then they gotta go through the bigger guys to try to get something done, and they can't do anything because they tie red tape into the works to try to make sure that certain things don't ever get passed for black folks and communities. There are people like that will fight for you. Problem is their hands are so tied because they're too busy trying to fight for you, and at the same time, you know, trying to get these guys to do what they need to do, and they won't step, they won't lift a finger to help them out, fight for you. You know, all at the same time trying to break your community down, and they know they are. That's what they know they do. That's what they know they're doing the whole time. The whole time. It's ridiculous. It is truly ridiculous, folks. It just makes me sick. You know, there's no reason in this country we should be, you know, putting out billions of dollars for other countries when we don't even do that for our own. You know, when we're coming, I was talking about with a colleague of mine today. Is money funny that they'll take those billions and billions and billions of dollars that they can find for all these other countries to send out because they want to act like, oh, we really care about everybody. Really? You don't care about your own people in your own country. You don't spend that kind of money. Really? And it ain't like they're going to give it back. And they usually don't. You know? At least if you do it here, they get it back in taxes. You know? You spend it out there, they get it back in taxes. You know? Because we pay for it. They got a double barrel on us no matter what when it comes to spending money. You know, you tell them, well, we need jobs in our communities and blah, blah, blah. Fair housing. Oh, we ain't got the money. We need job training for the young people out here to get the jobs after they graduate from school. Oh, we ain't, you know, so they can support, not only support their families, but so they can have a good education. Oh, we ain't got the money. The young people out here who are smart enough to go to college and get a good education when they can't afford it. Oh, we ain't got the money for that either. We ain't got the money for scholarships. But you always seem to have hundreds of billions of dollars to send overseas to Ukraine and other countries. Little small ass country. You know, little country. But yet nobody in Europe is sending that kind of money. But we are. Yeah. All of Europe could be getting together to send that kind of money now. Yet our country is sending that money now. The strong arm of the superpower that can't even help their own people in their own country. They don't help their own people in their own country like they do people in other countries when they tell us they ain't got no money. But somehow or another, they always have money for everybody else. And in election year, that's when they start, really trying to shine. All of a sudden, we got this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do the spending on you to get this and this, that, and other. And then by the time they get in the office, it won't even happen. It'll be just go away. They do it every time. I've seen it for too many years for too long. I always wonder when and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get off. I always wonder when my folks weren't, and this was back in the late 70s, early 80s, when my folks really wasn't into really voting. And I was excited about voting. And I remember my folks were like, I ain't gonna vote. They don't never do nothing. Both of my parents said that. To this day, I respect them for that. At the time, I was a very naive, had too long turned 18 in 1982. And I went to go vote. And I was excited about voting. Because, you know, they told you in the schools, they tell you on TV, they told you in the neighborhoods, when you vote, things change. Oh, nothing changed. My parents knew that back then. Now, my mother's singing a little bit different tune now. That's another story. Nevertheless, I know for myself that, yeah, you can vote. It changes very little. People tell you we got a long way to go. And I've heard black folks saying, "Well, we had a long we had a long fight, but we got a long way to go." No, we ain't got a long way to go. The problem is our money is going a long way over to other countries, and we don't see it, but we pay for it though. That's what I just don't understand that at all. We are paying for it, but we never see it. It's amazing. We pay for something we never see, and that's results.